Hello, my name is Joseph Brady, and today we're going to talk about adding a little bit more physical activity and while using an oxygen concentrator to make sure that your breathing stays good. So first, to start by, just like we did the last time we did this, is to go ahead and check your oxygen levels. And a good practice, let's see if I can get through my contraptions here, especially if you're really having trouble when you first start. When I first got out of the hospital, it was important that I keep monitoring when I was active what my oxygen levels were doing, so I get an early tip off if something was not working for me. And so what you can do is take and put your pulse oximeter on your finger, take and just loosely wrap the stuff around it, turn it on, and that way during the form you can go ahead and glance at it once in a while just to make sure that your oxygen stays within safe levels, which typically is anything above 90. Your doctor might have a different opinion, but usually that's what my pulmonologist told me, is to keep it above 90. So right now, starting out, I'm at a 93. The smoke's real bad here in Colorado today, so I've been having a little bit of trouble. But with the oxygen concentrator, I've got a 93 going. So then to add just a little bit of physical activity, which will increase the demand for oxygen since you're using your muscles more, and help improve the efficiency of your body to get the air from the time you breathe it in to get it all the way out to the muscles and back. And really the physical activity, I find, is the most important part in terms of regaining your lung capacity. So we're going to do the original 13 postures in Chun Sun Fang, and for the original 13 postures of Chun Sun Fang. This was the original Tai Chi form, long around the end of the 13th century, invented by the legendary founder of Tai Chi, Chun Sun Fang. Was considered a national hero in China. Anyway, start with your feet together. And it starts with a little balance exercise. Take a slow step to one side and practice touching your toe down anytime you need to steady your balance, but no wobbling. Settle your weight down on both feet. Then hands up, you down. Breathe in as you bring the arms up, and as you bring the arms up, soften your knees a little bit. You want to keep the knees a little bit soft through the whole exercise. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. And again, just like with the Qi breathing, at the end of the breath, you want to relax completely and let the last little bit out. Then lion plays with the ball. Breathe in as you hold an imaginary ball between your hands. Turn to face one side of the room, and then turn back to face the other side of the room. Breathe in on the wind-up part of the movement as you set up the next movement. Turn to one side and ward off. Bring your arm up as if warding off danger. And as you exhale, bring the arms forward. Again, right at the end of the breath, you want to relax completely, let the last little bit of air out, and then take the next breath in. Try to completely fill your lungs. At the top of the breath, again, relax completely. Take that a little extra sip, still at 93. And press. Press the hands together, press into your wrist. Kind of braces the hands. And again, relax completely, let that last little bit out on the exhale. Breathe in as you bring the arms back, and push. Then breathe in, try to completely fill your lungs as you turn to the other side. And again, do lion plays with the ball. As you exhale, bring the arm up and do ward off. Relax completely, let the last little bit of air out. Roll back. Second time you come forward, brace the hands together and press. Roll back and push. And breathe in, turn around the other side. Lion plays with the ball. I'm doing good, I'm staying at 93. In which case I can up it a little bit, hunker down just a little bit more, make it just a little bit more strenuous. Breathe in as you turn. Lion plays with the ball. And then the original 13 postures is ward off, roll back, press, roll back, and push. Do one more on each side. Turn back, lion plays with the ball, do ward off, roll back, press, and push. And ward off, press, and push. Now, another name for that form is long boxing or long river boxing. And in ancient times, you would practice the same sequence over and over and over, like a long river rolling on and on to the sea. Hence the name long river boxing. And so it makes a nice exercise for recovering from lung stuff, just because it's very controlled. I can keep checking my oxygen levels. I can turn the oxygen concentrator up if I need to. And don't be afraid to do that. If you need to do the more oxygen, do it. What your body is practicing really, again, is getting the oxygen from the time you breathe it in, getting it through all the physiological mechanisms and through the lungs and into the blood and all the way out to the muscles. And so it requires every one of those physiological functions to start upping their game a little bit and increasing your ability to get around without needing as much oxygen. So again, don't be afraid. It's not like you're going to become dependent on the machine. If you need to turn it up, go ahead and turn it up. What your body is practicing is delivering the oxygen out to your muscles. And the exercise doesn't need to be any more strenuous at first than what we do right here. Eventually you want to get to the point where you can just do some flat out walking outside and not have your oxygen levels suffer. But to start with simple, easy stuff in a controlled environment is best. Anyway, that's enough for today. We'll give you more. You can go ahead and practice those as much as you want. Many of you may know Bruce Lee, the action-adventure kung fu movie star. He started originally as a kid doing Tai Chi, and he made a practice of practicing those exercises like 600 times a day. I mean, he was a fanatic, but it's one that's simple enough and easy enough to where you can incorporate it into any kind of daily activity that you do. And it's a good way, especially here in Colorado with all the smoke going on from the forest fires, for me to kind of check what my oxygen is doing each morning. And that kind of gauges for me how much activity outside I can do. Anyway, have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.